I have some news. I dropped out of high school. What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. For anybody who's new here, hello, I'm Marlena, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a little bit of like a fall makeup look, and I'm also going to be talking about intuition, following that gut feeling, following your heart even if your logic is telling you otherwise. And the reason I want to talk about this today is because I have some news. I dropped out of high school. I dropped out of grad school, not high school. I went to high school, I have a degree, I have a bachelor's degree as well, but I dropped out of grad school last week. So I am no longer a master's student, and we're going to talk in this video a little bit about why I decided to do that, even though my logic and everybody else in the world was telling me that it wasn't a good idea. Get my little bear ears on. So let's talk a little bit first about why I decided to drop out. I was having a lot of anxiety about grad school even before I started, and I talked to my advisor, I talked to a bunch of people actually, the other grad students, and they essentially convinced me to just give it a try. They were like, it's not that bad, you'll be fine. And I thought I would be too, because I did a lot during undergrad. Like I was working a full-time job, plus I was still trying to do content creation, not to the extent that I'm doing now, but I was commuting a really long way to school and going to classes every day, you know, and I was doing a lot more than I would have been doing in grad school. So I was like, this should be a piece of cake, and that's also what everybody else kept telling me. So I decided to give it a try. It was 3 weeks into the semester when I realized that the reason I was having that anxiety is because it was my intuition telling me that this is not something that was right for me. And when I finally realized this, I just decided I'm not going to let anybody else convince me. I'm going to listen to my intuition, which is telling me that this is not the right thing for me. I've heard people say like, if you don't listen to your body will make you listen. And that's what happened. I pretty much had a mental breakdown on the 3rd week of school. I was having panic attacks for the first time in years. I was super anxious, like I couldn't figure out what it was. And then I realized that it was just grad school wasn't in alignment with what I want to do anymore. Even though I was really interested in the research, I just wasn't passionate. And that's exactly why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to remind you guys that it's okay to listen to your intuition, even if everything is telling you not to. Your body and your mind really know what you need better than anyone else, and sometimes even better than yourself. Because when I thought about it rationally and logically, I was like, why would I drop out? Like the work isn't challenging. I'm not having a hard time in that sense, but I was having a hard time mentally, and I think it was about time that I kind of took that into account. So I did. And literally the moment I told my advisor that I was done, she asked me to. She was like, can you make it to the end of the semester? And I was like, you know what? No, I cannot make it to the end of the semester. I'm done, like effective immediately. Thankfully, I have a very supportive advisor who ended up reaching out to all the right people and was able to help me go back to my original research assistant position, no longer have to do classes, worry about grades and all that, which is really like part of what was stressing me out, because I've always been a really good student, but not when I don't put in any effort. And I was noticing myself like putting in less and less effort. It was the 3rd week of school and I was already doing pretty badly in my classes just because I wasn't putting in the time and effort. I was literally half-assing quizzes, assignments and stuff. I wasn't wanting to show up to class a lot of the times. I wanted to make this video to remind you guys how easy it is to be convinced to not follow your gut and not follow your intuition, but how important it is to do so, because again, like your body knows best. And it may not seem like the right choice at the time, but if your body is telling you like something is not right for you, like this is not what you're supposed to be doing, I felt so much relief as soon as I told my PI, like, we're not doing this anymore. Like, I don't want to be a grad student anymore. And when she agreed to help me out with all that, I felt the weight of the world fall off my shoulders. And I'm not saying like, don't think about it and just listen to your gut, because I thought about it for a long time. Like I told you guys a few months ago, I was already feeling anxious about it. I decided to give it a try. I kept going back and forth, and finally I decided like, this is what I need to do. So I'm not just saying like make impulsive decisions that could change your life. Like think about it, but in the end, you know what you really need and what you need to do. Another thing is, when you make a decision like this, it is important to have a plan in place. Again, I'm super blessed to have a supervisor who was able to get me my old position back. I'm super blessed to have a partner who is willing to support me, like financially if need be. Although in this case, that's not the case, because again, I was able to get my old position back. But again, I did think about it for a long time. It wasn't just like an impulsive decision. So essentially what I'm saying is just, sure, you have a good plan in place. You don't want to end up doing something impulsively and then having to struggle. I got this Rare Beauty palette because I thought it was perfect for fall. And since we're doing a fall inspired look, we're just gonna experiment a little. You know, I don't really have much else to say on the matter. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, if you know, you know. I just knew that this is not something that I was meant to be doing at the moment. Another thing that this gave me was the opportunity to focus on self-care a little more and kind of like learn to listen to my intuition again. Because I used to be very impulsive to the point where like, if I decided one day I was gonna leave my job, I would literally quit the next day. And then I kind of went the complete opposite way where I was like, okay, I cannot be doing that anymore. I need to stop listening to my impulses and start thinking rationally. And so for a while I was just pretty unhappy because I was not listening to my intuition. I was just doing what I thought was logically correct. And that is also not a place you want to be. So something I think this experience taught me is to really just find the balance. Like find the balance between rationality and listening to yourself. Because for like the millionth time this video, you know exactly what you need. Your mind knows what you need. It's just a matter of you physically aligning with what you already know. In case y'all can't tell, I'm pretty bad at eye makeup. I obviously need to perfect this look and improve my technique when it comes to eye makeup because this is not it. But these are definitely some of the products that I'll be using this fall, and I'm really excited for the cooler weather. I'm excited for Halloween stuff. I'm excited for fall decorations. So this was a fun little story time. I'm really glad I had the opportunity to share this with you guys. I know that I just started making those grad school videos like not long ago and now I dropped out. But again, that's what this video is all about. It's about following your intuition, and I hope it really helped if you were trying to make a decision or something that you know deep down is the right thing to do, but logic is telling you otherwise. I hope that this was a motivation to you, and I hope that you generally enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give it a like down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on my upcoming videos. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram and TikTok where I post every single day. And with all that said, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.